Welcome back to another episode of Happier at Work. I'm Heather Patterson. Thank you so much for joining. If you're new here, this week's video is probably going to be a little weird, frankly, but please join us. Thank you for coming. This is really for the loyal viewers. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I have some news to share with you. It's a little delayed, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I haven't told you this sooner, but well, here goes. I moved. And I didn't just move down the street. I moved from Hawaii to Maryland, to my hometown-ish area in Maryland. So, surprise, I moved. I know some of you already know that, but many of you might have been wondering or guessing. I have a different background. And if you follow me on social media, you might have been seeing different tags of different places and with different people, like my beautiful family. And yeah, so if you were suspecting that, then it's true. I'm not just on a long vacation. Or maybe I was on a long vacation and now I'm not. I don't know. I guess you could look at it a number of ways, right? But that's my news. And so, yeah, I wanted to share it with you. I'm super fortunate that technology has helped me in getting to still work with clients in Hawaii. I have California clients, and I'm now able to talk and connect with people here in Maryland and other places in the country. So that's super exciting. I'm still working with many of you out there, so thank you for that. What probably seems like a quick decision or a surprise decision, you're right. I mean, it was a surprise for me. It was quick. And the shortest, most simplest way for me to explain it to you, in case you're curious, because right, we all got these questions. Why would she do that? It's really about timing and values. You know, I haven't lived here in Maryland for 20 years. I'd been, traveling all over the US, places like Nebraska and Colorado, Alaska. I was 9 years in Hawaii, and it was time to be with my family again. There were some other changes happening in my life, some other life changes, and those things, they just collided. It was just okay, well, it's time. It's time for me to be with my family. When your values are clear, and your decisions are easier. Taking action on them isn't always as easy, right? This was challenging and it was emotional and all of that, for sure. But it was simple, I guess you could say. So yeah, a lot of you that do know, you've been asking, how are things going? Are you getting settled? Are you, what's happening with you? Well, I can tell you, the very first thing I bought was a winter coat and gloves. I've added significantly to my long sleeve collection of attire and boots and chapstick. It's been cold, it's snowed, and people are amazing and helpful. I can't stress that enough. People everywhere are helpful, and I'm so glad that, I don't know when this happened, but I finally learned how to ask for help, somewhere along the way. And people want to help. And the world is small. The world is so small, really and truly. So here I am, halfway across the world. I'm in a new place. I go into a meeting and I meet someone who knows my dad and my uncle. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so great. And so instantly, I have rapport with someone because they know my father, and I just think that that's so special. I know that this video is a little different than what I normally talk about, and you might be wondering, well, what does this have to do with being happy at work? And I first of all, I think that I just owed you an explanation instead of you wondering why does it sound and look a little different where she's at lately. I care about you. We talk every week. So I really wanted to make sure you were in the know. But also I thought, well, if my experience can help you in some way because there's similarities, then I want to be helpful and serving to you too. You know, sometimes we feel stuck. We feel stuck. And I have to tell you, when I think about what I just experienced and other times where I felt stuck, it was an illusion. I had created these barriers around me that really didn't exist. In fact, I remember years ago, I was in Nebraska and my family had left the state and I didn't have family there, and I would use that, I would abuse it for being nasty to people, and it was awful. And not once did I ever go, okay, well, I'm just gonna go to them. No, I just had a pity party for myself, you know? And so you're not stuck. You might feel stuck, but you're not. You're not. What we have to do in those times when we're feeling stuck is we have to get really clear. We have to, sometimes we really got to make some tough decisions and we got to go through some heat and some fire and some stuff to get through it, but you're not stuck. It's just an illusion. I promise. So I want to take this time to ask you, are you feeling stuck? Do you long for a certain, feeling at work or in your life otherwise, a certain experience, and you're not getting it? You desire it, but it's not happening. And you feel like, I can't, that's not available to me. You know what? You can. You absolutely can. You can have whatever you want. It is available to you. It is. It's available to you. Like I said, it might take some tough decisions. It might take some work. It might take some time. But you can have it. You can do it. You are not stuck. If this is landing with you, if this is resonating with you, what I want you to do is to think about what's most important to you at this time in your life. Here's the thing about values and priorities is they change. At certain times of your life, certain things are going to matter more than others. And so really get clear on that. For me, a big one that wasn't very high on the list, but is right now, is family, right? So get really clear on that. Get really clear on that, and then be thinking about, well, where do you stand in relation to your values and what's important to you now and what's actually happening in your life? Are those two things in alignment? And where they are in alignment, here's what I want you to do. I want you to give yourself a little high five. And it just goes like this. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, you can also do the pat on the back. Yeah. And no, seriously, make sure that you acknowledge yourself for that. And in areas where maybe it's not in alignment, okay, this is not the time to talk badly to yourself. You just give yourself a little love, a little self-compassion, and you say, this is the way that it is right now, but it doesn't need to stay that way. And you get to putting some plans together, taking some action, and getting it into alignment. If you would have asked me 6 months ago, I would have told you I was going to be in Hawaii forever. I really would have. This decision was a surprise for me. But when I took the time to think about what was most important, I realized that my priorities had changed. And so I needed to change with that. Was moving halfway across the world, or maybe it's a quarter or a third, I don't know, but was moving so drastically the only way for me to handle that and get things into alignment? No, probably not. There are probably 10 different ways I could have gotten into alignment with that. See, oftentimes there isn't the right thing. It's just choosing between the number of options and knowing, having faith, having confidence that it's going to work out, because it will. It always does. You're still here, aren't you? That's all I have for you this week. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to share this news. It really means a lot to me. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope that this video has inspired you to have a look at your life, your whole life, not just your work life, and to get into alignment in the biggest, best way that you can. If you enjoyed the video, please, like, share, comment, send me a message, go follow me on